Lines here at 7:02 and new this morning, President-elect Donald Trump is on his way to Washington, D.C. as his transition team prepares to move into the White House. Here's a look at the plane getting a water salute at LaGuardia Airport about 20 minutes ago. A ceremonial display in which firefighting rigs spray arcs of water over a plane as a sign of respect. Trump and his wife Melania are expected to arrive at the White House in about an hour. Once they get there, the couple will meet with President Obama and First Lady. President Obama says he wants there to be a smooth transition from his administration to the next. Mr. Trump, along with Vice President-elect Pence, will also meet with House Speaker Paul Ryan today during that visit to Washington. Donald Trump's upset victory in the presidential election, though, has ignited angry protests around the country.
Not my president! Not my president! Not my
At moments after burning an effigy of the president-elect, demonstrators in L.A. marched along the 101 freeway, shutting down traffic for hours. Businesses in New Orleans were damaged. Fireworks were set off in Oakland. And in New York, police arrested several people blocking traffic in front of various Trump properties. New video from Oakland overnight. Protesters were still demonstrating outside City Hall. We're told at least 16 buildings were vandalized. At least one business was set on fire. The Oakland Police Department says 3 officers were hurt, but they are expected to be okay. New this morning, 2 police officers have been shot, 1 killed in western Pennsylvania, and the search is on for a suspect. The shooting happened just after 3 o'clock this morning there in Canonsburg when the officers responded to a report of a domestic dispute. The officers were ambushed upon arrival, according to the department, and immediately shot. The surviving officer has been flown to a hospital in Pittsburgh. His condition is not known to us this morning. Officials have not released any details about what led to those shootings. Here in Sacramento, police are investigating the murder of a high school student. It happened Tuesday night at his home on Kandinsky Way. The family of 17-year-old Gurnur Singh Nahal says he was coming back from work when someone shot him in their garage. His grandmother was home and heard the gunshots and cries for help, but it was too late.
She heard it was very loud, and when she heard that, she came out and then she saw her. We cannot imagine even, we are lost.
Nobody knows.
Gurnur's family says, as far as they can tell, nothing was stolen. They don't know why anyone would shoot the teenager, and police have no known motive. They're now asking neighbors to check any surveillance footage that might exist to identify a suspect. Gurnur was a senior at Intercom High School and was set to graduate next spring. New this morning, members of a local nonprofit are getting ready to march from Sacramento to San Francisco to raise awareness about the suicide rate among veterans. Sean Bennett joins us live from the state capitol where the march is kicking off. Sean?
Yeah, it all begins in a couple of hours, Marianne. 8 o'clock is when they're actually going to depart Sacramento, and they're going to walk to Vacaville for the first day, and eventually making their way into San Francisco. Now, this is the first time that this group has ever done this. So around 7 o'clock this morning, that's where they're going to have a speech and then kind of have the opening ceremonies. And then at 8 o'clock, they're going to begin their journey to San Francisco. And so this is kind of a long time coming for this group. They've been wanting to do something. There's a lot of nonprofits out there, but this one they feel is going to stick. This is going to help people with PTSD. And this is going to help soldiers coming home from the war that they feel like they actually have a purpose. Everything is going to be free. All of the funds that are raised will go to help pay the psychologists and the doctors to treat these soldiers coming back from overseas once they make their return trip to the United States. So it all gets going in a short time from now. Again, that 8 o'clock is when the actual walk begins, and then they will arrive in San Francisco sometime tomorrow. Marianne, back over to you.
All right, Sean Bennett there at the Capitol. Sean, thank you. Courtney Dempsey checking traffic here, 7:06 this morning. Hey, Court.
Hey, good morning. Let me take you to the maps here and update you on this fatality that happened in LaGrange area on Highway 132 at Lake Road. Vehicle struck a pedestrian, and there's an investigation going on there. So Caltrans has Highway 132 in that area blocked, and it will be for some time as they do the investigation. So we'll keep you posted on that drive. Tracy, 205 out towards 580. Got some slowdowns in addition to the normal commute there because of a crash closer towards Greenville. So right now you're going to see about a 24-minute drive from MacArthur out to the Split, another 17 minutes to get you from the Split out towards Livermore. 99, pretty slow as you're making your way out of the Elk Grove area. You got those slowdowns around Sheldon. It breaks up for a hot second and then gets slows again as you get closer towards Mack Road because of a crash clearing at Florence. So as you head in towards downtown, expect that taillight situation to follow you all the way out towards Highway 50. Come back out here to the big monitor. I'll show you what your ride looks like as you head over near the northeast side, coming out of Roseville, west on 80 through Antelope. Not too bad here, but as you get a little closer towards Greenback and head out towards Capital City Freeway Split, you'll find some crowds through that area. And we've been keeping our eye on the fog in Stockton throughout the morning. Right now, this is what it looks like on I-5. This is around Charter, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in that downtown stretch. So heads up for you through there. And then Solano County holding up nicely for westbounders right to left through Vacaville and our Travis Credit Union camera. As you get closer towards Fairfield, though, you'll start to see those slowdowns as you get closer toward that 680 Highway 12 off-ramp section. Gas tracker out and about if you are in Del Paso Heights, North Sacramento. DPH, stand up. Arco, $2.25 is a spot for the lowest price for a gallon of regular unleaded, corner of Norwood and Jesse. For our friends out in the Bay Area, Gilroy, you want to go to that Costco station, corner of Camino Arroyo and Gilman, $2.33 for a gallon there. Let's check in with Tina Makua in Rover this morning. Hi, T.
Thinking of taking a shortcut to show you this accident, but we kind of got lost.
Oh.
Northbound 99 up near Florin Road East off-ramp, there is one crash. We saw it when we took the Florin Road off-ramp when we're trying to make a way towards the freeway. And it looks like we can't see past the wall here. Anyway, so there is an accident out that way.
Somebody's
just
lost.
like, Dave, you turn right here. So I turned right here, and it just took me to a dead end.
Yeah, I know. I made a mistake. So anyway, there is an accident. We did see some lights there. Northbound 99 Florin East off-ramp court. There you go. Back to you.
Now, I wonder, Cody, which one of Marge or Hal was the one who decided that they did not want to ask for directions?
That's a good question.
Ooh, child. Ooh, wee.
Well, when you're the queen of traffic, who do you ask?
I mean,
That's true. You just
That's
like
true.
interview yourself?
that is true.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know. What would one do?
I don't know. There's so many questions. Okay, we got some fog out there causing some issues. Here's a live look from West Sacramento into Sacramento. And if that was mashed potatoes, it would be delicious. But that's fog, and it's not mashed potatoes. 1.5 mile visibility right now in Sacramento. It gets thicker, though, as you get to areas near waterways. 1/4 mile visibility in Stockton. 3 miles of visibility in Modesto. 1/4 mile visibility currently in Truckee. 50 is your current temperature in Sacramento, so we warmed up 2 degrees since an hour ago. 61 in Auburn. 30 in South Lake Tahoe, 62 in San Francisco. Light breeze this morning, and we're not expecting to see the winds any stronger than we're getting right there. We got a couple clouds kind of sneaking in a little bit. Unfortunately, they're not rain clouds. We got a system that's moving on in here, but by the time it gets to us, it's going to be in a battle with this area of high pressure the entire time, so that high is going to take a lot of the energy out. So we could see some light shower activity early Saturday, but I think most of the stuff is going to fall apart, so not expecting to see any kind of measurable precipitation from it. We'll be anywhere from 76 to 78 in the valley today, 76 in the foothills, 67 in the Sierra, 76 in the Delta, 72 in the Bay. Here's your extended forecast. Tomorrow, 74 for Veterans Day, and it's going to be cloudy tomorrow and cloudy on Saturday. But we'll hold off our next chance of rain here in the valley until Tuesday and Wednesday. Bay Area forecast tomorrow, 68 and 68 degrees on Saturday.